Hello, my name is Austin Ivy, and I am here to just talk about the internship I was able to do this semester through a organization here in my community called PGCares. It is a suicide prevention, drug awareness, and family value awareness campaign organization here in Pleasant Grove, Utah. And it is state funded through a government grant and focuses on the Pleasant Grove community and the surrounding areas. It teaches workshops, hosts events, and also has drug and suicide awareness classes that are free to the public to come and participate in. So it's a really cool organization. I was really lucky to be a part of it. I found it through a friend of mine. A close friend of mine is going to school at UVU for the same degree, and we both needed an internship and we wanted to do it together. And he had been working at a restaurant, a pizza restaurant actually, where the coordinator would come. That was the manager of this organization. Her name is Tamara. She's an amazing woman, and she would come to pick up pizzas for the organization events, and my friend would ask her where she was taking these pizzas, and found out that she was the coordinator for suicide and drug awareness prevention group that specifically would work with families. And he thought to himself, well, this is perfect because I and my friend are marriage and family studies students. And so he asked her if she would need a couple of marriage and family studies interns to help her out, and she gladly accepted. She was really happy and excited to have us come on. And so we were able to go on and work through a couple things, and a few of those responsibilities were primarily was to teach a before school class/club at local elementary schools. This course was called Positive Action, and it's a nationwide curriculum that's found in a lot of different states and being taught at a lot of different levels. It's a K through 12 program, and each age group has a specific curriculum for them. We focus on teaching 5th and 6th graders, and we focus on teaching them healthy coping skills and the benefit of living honest lives and positive self-concept. And it basically was modeled off of the cognitive behavioral therapy method, which is feelings leads to thoughts and thoughts lead to actions. And so based off that framework, we would teach kids how to live positively guided lives and how to be good citizens and good people and to live good values. So it was a really cool opportunity. We would teach it twice a week, and we taught it for 8 weeks, and the kids loved it and learned so much from it, and so did I. I was able to apply a lot of things that I'm learning in school with child development classes and parenting classes. So it was a really great opportunity. We were also trained to teach a parenting workshop called Guiding Good Choices, and it's basically a curriculum written to help parents empower their children to make good choices, hence the name. It was written by the University of Washington and is an amazing resource. And I will actually be able to facilitate this workshop starting April 11th with a couple other people. And so a really cool opportunity to continue implementing these things that I've learned and applied from this internship. And I was actually able to do some podcasting. A friend and I actually host a podcast that we started before this internship. And when our internship manager found out about it, she asked if we would do some episodes on some of the topics that she would give us, and that she would count it for our hours. And so she would give us these topics, and we would prepare episodes, and then we would record them, edit them, and post them. And then she would promote them on her social media for the organization. And it was a really cool opportunity. Because we both want to be marriage and family therapists. That's why we're in this degree, me and my friend are. And so it was cool to be able to apply this podcast that we did on our private time into this internship and use it to reach a demographic here in our community. It was really cool, actually. And then we focused a lot on social media as well. Our manager had us take over the social media accounts and clean it up, make it look good, and make it look more professional, and to make posts on it as well. And so we did a lot of posting of different things and promoting different classes that we were doing. It was a great opportunity there to get involved in something a little bit different. Some of the things that I benefited to the site I served at was my manager said on countless occasions that having a man get involved in their work was extremely beneficial, because besides my fellow intern and I, there were no other men working at this organization. My manager said in general there aren't a lot of men working in prevention and in family value teaching and parenting workshops, and how this organization was doing. And she said that it was a great thing to have a man get involved with that because of the unique perspective that a man can bring. And so that was something that I feel like I benefited to the site. I was also somewhat of a Swiss Army knife for my internship manager. Whatever she needed me to do, I was up to do it, even if it was just helping up chairs and or bringing in waters for the parenting workshops we put on. Whatever she needed us to do, we were there for her to help. And I think that helped her a lot because she's very busy and basically runs the organization by herself. And even just that was a big help to her. But I think most importantly, I was able to bring a young and fresh perspective on a lot of the issues facing our community, specifically here in Pleasant Grove, mainly because I was in a lot of the surveys and the work that we do was at the local high school, and I graduated from that high school just about 6 years ago. And so I kind of knew some of the issues facing that high school and the community in general because I lived here my whole life. And on top of that, being currently in school, learning about these issues and how to combat them and work towards them, and to empower parents to fight these issues, I was able to bring that fresh perspective and modern day education to the organization, and my manager said on multiple occasions how helpful that was to her. So that was something that I feel like I was able to bring. Now, personally, I benefited a lot from the experience. I actually have a possible job offer from the elementary school I taught at to work as a social and emotional wellness aide, and I'll probably be starting that job in the fall. So that is an amazing opportunity. I did not see it coming, but a huge blessing for me to actually start working in this field before I even finished school. I actually have clear direction of where I want to take my career. As I said earlier, I want to be a marriage and family therapist. And from this organization that I've worked with, teaching kids and working with kids and parents, I really want to make a focus on working with kids as a therapist and empowering parents to help their children, because I found that I'm very passionate about children because of this internship. And it's also been a blessing to actually put the skills that I've learned in school to work for the first time. It just affirmed to me that this is the right choice in schooling and a career, because before that I didn't really get to apply it in real world, but this internship really helped me do that and reaffirmed to me that this is the right path for me, which is such a blessing. And just an important connection I learned is that I learned firsthand how important a parental bond is to a child's development. A little story on that just from the positive action class. A kid shared with me before the class started one day that he didn't feel like his parents loved him or didn't care for him. They didn't listen to him. And this kid specifically was struggling a lot. And the principal had come to us before the class had started and said that he was one of their troubled children. His grades were really bad and that he needed a lot of help. And so the principal had encouraged him to come to this class and worked with the parents to get him there. And just hearing how hard it was for the child that his parent wasn't bonding with them and how that was affecting his everyday life made me think of all the parenting classes I had taken up to this point, everything I had learned about parental bonding and how that can affect a child's development either for or against their development, and how good it can be in a positive development or how detrimental it can be if that parental bonding isn't there. And so that was just a small thing, but it really opened my eyes to see how applicable the things that we learn in our parenting classes are. And it's a real world issue that a lot of kids struggle with that affects them. So that was a really great connection that I was able to find. Now, recommendations, I would highly recommend this site or experience to other students. And I know that most cities have some kind of suicide prevention group. I learned that Tooele has one here in Utah, and I believe that Salt Lake or Draper, I believe it's Draper, Utah has one as well, and other states and other places might have suicide prevention groups like this. So I would just get in touch with their local government or local city hall to see if you have a awareness or prevention group like this, because it really is a great way to get involved directly with the community and to get involved with specific issues for the place that you live and just apply the things that you are learning in this major to help benefit your community. And if you do live in Utah County or around the Pleasant Grove area here in Utah, my internship manager is always looking for help. And so you can get in contact with the organization by simply reaching out on Facebook Messenger and just asking if you can get involved, because the manager checks those messages all the time and she would reply to you. And if she's not available at that moment, she might be able to set something up in the future, because she really is looking for something all the time. And so you could just look up that handle there on Facebook, and I believe Instagram as well. She reaches out to both, and just say that Austin Ivy sent you, and she'd be happy to help you. And like I said before, it really was a great opportunity for me working in prevention for the last 2 months. It really was a great way to apply what I'm learning, and was the perfect internship for me. And I know it can be for you too. So thanks for listening, and I hope you find an internship that works for you, and wish you good luck in your internship experience.